Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the TNT podcast, the Taj and Tory podcast. My name is Tory. Got my brother here.
Taj, go by TJ.
You feel me? And right now we're on episode. I think this is episode 12, bro.
It's 12.
We made it a goal to make it to 10.
Yeah,
we made it to 12, bro. We've been for real. We've been going with it.
We were grinding for that little week.
Yeah, 2 weeks we've been grinding.
2 weeks.
Like that whole span of 2 weeks, we've been filming 5 episodes. So 3 episodes.
It was about 5, right?
3 episodes during the last week of classes, and then I think 2 episodes finals week, bro. I was filming episodes during finals week, bro.
Yeah.
I was going through. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was 2 finals week. It was 3 the week before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that adds up.
Man. And right now we are here for one last time here at Salle University.
Yeah.
So maybe a little quick disclaimer. Right now, all views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are my own, and do not express the views, thoughts, and opinions of Salle University, man.
Yes, sir.
Dang, let's get straight into it, man. I don't know. Is this gonna be? I ain't gonna cry. You feel me? I ain't gonna cry.
Come on.
I don't know. It's just my last hurrah, man. I don't know.
Last hurrah. You acting like the podcast is over. It's not.
It's over here. Like, I don't know if we're gonna come back here.
Who cares?
We don't know.
We gonna find. People care. We gonna make it work.
People want to see a podcast on outside. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, at least.
I feel like they want to see us. I feel like us being here is more important than the location.
Nah, like the reason why I feel like it's like slightly emotional on my end is because I don't know, like what I've been like going through, kind of like this whole process. Like, to be honest, my senior was like the hardest year for me. Like, I've been with classes and all that, trying to do classes, trying to manage different activities, all while trying to do a podcast. It was very hard, and luckily, like, I'm gonna give a little thanks at the end. Thank you to the people that have been like, supportive over me with this podcast. Thank you to all the guests I've had over. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody we had on.
And like they just wanted to be on it. I didn't even ask for no money or anything like that to promote anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes when you have a guest on, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
we don't got the platform for all that.
Of course, like, as a celebrity, if you want to have a celebrity on, you have to pay them, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just didn't get that from them, I guess.
Yeah.
But nah, man, it's just been very hard and very, I don't know, like, it's very. I'm proud of myself. I ain't gonna lie.
I get why we feel the kind of way, because you went here, like, and you created the podcast here. So
for real, and with the help of I'm gonna air out his name because he's been very supportive over me. Dean Mole, man.
Shout out him.
Yeah, man. He's been very. I remember when I first came up to him about a podcast, and Professor Adams. He's a professor here. He introduced me to Dean Mole. He's like the dean of student development, student activities here at the business school. And I had like a little meeting with him talking about, the idea of bringing a podcast to Salle University, something like that. And I saw this little podcast room, So he was like, yeah, you can go for it. Let's do it. He was all for it. He gave me the key and everything, Whenever I wanted access to it, I just let him know. He would just give me access, And I really appreciate that from him because he didn't really have to do that, what I mean? Like, even Professor Adams, I met him like my junior year, and I talked about podcasts with him. And Dr. Gabby, she's a part of campus administration for students, whatever, student development also. I talked to her about this whole idea. Just everyone has been so far.
There's a lot of people.
Everyone has been like just very supportive over me over this podcast.
Podcast is not like what you see like on the screen. There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, man. The amount of hours that I've put into this, I'm sometimes I'll be up like during 6 in the morning just editing, episode. You know what I mean? Because they would go on for so long.
Like, I had no idea how much work.
Yeah, man. And setting up everything, trying to set up.
That's a whole nother
camera, another camera, and then lights, audio, and then taking everything down. Once we finish the podcast, we have to take everything down because we don't want to leave stuff here in the room, just because safety or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know, just that whole part, that doing this podcast, that's like, I graduated last week. What was that?
It was about 2 weeks ago. No, wait. 2.5 weeks ago.
Right. And
talk about that. How's you're a college graduate now? How that feel?
I know, right? Before just leading up to the point of graduating that day, it was very overwhelming. It was just I was just running all over the place. Yeah. Just because I was just doing a lot. I was doing finals that week, And then I was also filming an episode with a guest I had.
Because the last one we did was with Josh, right?
Yeah, that's gonna come out. Well, by the time you see it, it's already came out.
Yeah.
So just filming that, and like the day after that.
That day was hectic,
bro.
Both of us. That day was crazy.
And like
it wasn't just the episode.
To be honest, and I'm sorry, I'm going a little off track real quick, but I just want to thank you, bro, because he's been for real. He didn't have to like come all the way down from Jersey to help me out, because that Josh episode.
Oh, you thinking me?
Yeah.
Oh,
what do you think I'm? What the heck? You kidding me?
You're welcome.
Yo, no, that Josh episode. Right after I had to move out. I had to move out of my dormitory.
That day was crazy.
And we had to move out by like 6 p.m. And luckily I had some things moved out, but we still was we was just all over the place. And then when that night moving out, we left. We went back to our crib back home.
That wasn't
to Jersey.
That wasn't the half of it. Talk about the bed, bro. Because the whole reason why it was hard was because of the bed.
Because I have my own bed. I didn't use the campus bed.
He brought his whole bed from Jersey all the way up.
No, it was a different bed. It was like a brand new bed.
It was your own bed. It wasn't our bed.
It wasn't mine.
It wasn't our bed, but it was the bed we had. It was an
extra
extra bed we had at the crib.
It was like a king size bed.
We brought the bed all the way up.
Yeah, because I was supposed to move into a off campus house or whatever, but that didn't fall through. Whatever, long story. So I was like, all right, so I'm not gonna just leave this bed to
we already had the bed up there.
Like, let me just take this bed up to school, whatever. Let me live lavish for real. It's my senior year, whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to, I'm trying to be comfortable.
It was not lavish bringing that.
It wasn't lavish. It wasn't lavish bringing it in the school and
bringing it out
and bringing it out.
Bringing it out was part of the day.
It was a big bed.
Yeah.
But that was part of the reason why it was just so hectic. Just putting that bed in the car and everything. And then that night, I went back to Jersey, and I had to upload a podcast that night with Haley.
Yeah.
I think it was Haley's episode.
You had started working on Haley's that night.
No, I started like couple days before.
Oh.
But then I was already done, but then I just had to upload it to YouTube that night.
Oh yeah.
So I uploaded it that night.
Right, he was on the laptop immediately.
Yeah, man, because I have a certain
this dude's
time
work ethic is no joke when it comes to this.
I'm trying to get there for real. When it comes to things I love, like for real. And then uploaded podcast. It ended up going good. Shout out to her, Haley. That was a good episode. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, shout out Haley.
Great conversation, all that. And then the next day, that Friday, it was just running around all over the place trying to look for clothes, trying to look for shoes for graduation. It was just a long day. And then Saturday came. It was graduation day. I was a little late. Not gonna lie, but I was rushing.
Everybody be late to their graduation.
I was a little late. It was raining that day. I was all over the place. But nah, man. Just walking across that stage. It was definitely a proud moment of mine. But then, like, I thought about it afterwards, and like, the fact that like I started this podcast all by myself. No, with the help of people, of course, all by myself. Whatever, with the help of people and everything. That was just my most proud moment, I feel like. I don't know, because I did it all on my own. All the editing, scheduling different guests and all that. That was the hardest part, to be honest with you, trying to work on their schedule. But yeah, man, that's kind of like my most proud moment, man. I don't know. Like,
so it was graduate. You wouldn't even think about graduating. You was just thinking about
graduation. It went by so fast, too. Like, once I was on that stage, once I walked across, I didn't even like. It was just. I
didn't feel nothing.
I feel like I had like some type of adrenaline.
I cried, bro.
Really?
With my graduation, after I crossed the stage,
it was definitely emotional. It was definitely emotional.
When I went back to my seat, I teared up.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
I was just like, dang, like it's over.
Because it was a mixture of like relief and like fear at the same time. Because like you done with one chapter, but at the same time, you're in the real world now.
Facts,
and
bro.
That's a whole different animal.
And that's what I'm struggling with right now.
Nobody's prepared for that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little? Like,
yeah, a little, yeah.
Like transitioning from college and
I want to
the whole podcasting in between, but transitioning from college and bringing that into the real world. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Real quick, I just want to get end off the goal graduation point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. I don't know, just walking across that stage. It just felt so fast, and like I just went across. I had a picture with the President Allen, our new president, or whatever. We all got a picture with him, and then just went back to my seat. And then after that, it was just over. Like I went out to dinner in Manayunk with my family, and And then I don't know, man. It's just it came so fast, bro. Like for real,
like that night was fun.
Oh, let's talk about that night.
That night was fun.
Nah, okay. That night, my friends, all the seniors in our old class, we decided to go out to have fun. Go out to Penn's Landing, Kavanaugh's Bar. What's it called?
It's Kavanaugh's Bar. Kavanaugh. I can't pronounce it, but it was a bar. It was a bar on where Penn's Landing.
Yeah, it was my first time there, and I hear a lot of stories about.
I'll be hearing stories about that.
For real, about a lot of people going there. It was my first time being there. It was fun. Like it was fun. It was. I had so much fun.
Shout out everybody who was there that night. Everybody showed us mad love.
Had a few too many drinks, but we don't talk about that.
You ain't had too many drinks. You were good.
I was chilling. I was chilling. But after, like, I was on the way home when you was driving, I was like, oh wow, I feel it now. Like, like, oh man. But now it was just
you was good.
That was definitely a fun night to end off the day of graduating. Shout out to those people. The music was good.
It was good,
bro.
I've heard better music,
bro. No, like you go to a lot of bars, and sometimes they don't play like
Yeah, it had like a good mix.
Facts.
It had like a good mix.
This bar had a good mix, and that was definitely a fun night. And then after, we just right now, I'm just transitioning into the real world, man. That's like we said, that week of after graduating. I just basically was just chilling, just relaxing. Like for real, I wasn't really doing much. No, I had to edit a podcast, edit Aaron Holly's and Aiden's podcast for that week. So that was what I was doing, to be honest with you. And then trying to look for internships, man. Trying to look for internships, jobs. I'm still struggling on that. But I'm just trying to remain patient. For real.
Of course. That's all. You really don't have a choice because it's going to take time.
Facts. And I thought it took you like a whole year to get a job.
I don't know why you keep saying that.
You told me it took you that August when you graduated.
Nah, it took me like, I graduated in May and I got my first official job in August, but I don't even really consider that my first, because it was at a call center. I hated it. I hated it so much. I was only there for like a month and a half, and every day was just trash. It was garbage. I would never recommend working at the call center under any circumstances, at home or on the site. I'm not gonna get into that. It was just awful.
Nah, and you say that, and like with me, like I'm not trying to settle. Like for real. Of course. I feel like I was in my capstone senior class over the course of this semester, and some of the classes we have deep talks, man, and we just been talking about like how like some of us are all of us are overqualified for some of these positions. Like the fact that we've been in front of camera already, and like we know how to do certain things production wise and all that. Not a lot of students can really say that. Like some students,
I could see that.
Let's say at Penn State or Temple, I heard they don't get in front of the camera until like your junior year. Like my freshman year, I was in front of the camera doing sports talk Philadelphia or whatever. I did not like doing that. I hated that. But Tanya, she just pushed me to like, get in front of the camera. Just do you, whatever, be authentic. And I just had trouble with just sports because I don't really know. I just watch sports. I don't know the stats and all that. He's more go with statistics.
Yeah,
and all that.
I'm a statistics.
I'm not really into like I just watch the game and that's it. Yeah. But nah, just trying to transition to the real world, has been kind of, like I said, I'm just being patient right now, seeing what comes to me. This morning, actually, I'm going to talk about that. This today, I had a very good meeting with, she used to work for 6ABC. Now she's doing her own thing, her own business or whatever. Should I mention her name? Would that be okay?
I really don't know. I'm not the one that you should be asking that because I really don't know.
Her name is Jillian Millie. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like her name is Jillian Millie. And I've been following her since I was like a kid. Like I remember, and I was telling her it was like a Zoom meeting I had with her. Let me just, because I always backtrack. I always just ramble. Like,
well, it's just us today. So
we don't have a guest, so
we don't gotta worry.
Facts. The reason why I kind of wanted to reach out to her was because she went to LaSalle University. I just graduated from LaSalle. Right. So I was like, why not connect with her? Why not try to like email her, reach out to her, see what she says, whatever. And I did not think she was going to reach back out to me for real. Like, so I thank you for that if you're watching. She said she watched
shout out to her.
She said she watched a couple of my podcasts, which I appreciate for real.
Yeah, that was cool.
Word. I didn't think she was going to go in depth. But nah, I had a very good meeting with her this morning. Just talking about, like I wanted advice from her. Like where was her head at her senior year? and like how can I like kind of market myself within this industry, because it's competitive, man. Like, you know, and I'm hearing a lot of word from different reporters, different, you know, news people that are in the news. They're kind of getting out of that industry because like it's taking a toll on their mental health or whatever.
Like after already establishing their careers?
Yeah, kind of like, let's say,
wow,
you know, because it's a lot. You got to wake up. Sometimes you got to wake up in the middle of the night, 12 o'clock, maybe 1 a.m., 2 in the morning, just to go straight to your job, straight to a breaking news story.
Yeah,
or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, okay, wow.
And that's what my professor was telling me. Like, he didn't really want to keep doing that, I guess. But nah, so, you know, right now she's doing her little consulting business, whatever. She's helping other people like me, you know, see where they want to go, you know, where they want to be at, you know, I guess. So shout out to her, man. It was a very good conversation I had with her, man. And I will definitely be reaching out to her soon again, you know. And then right now I'm just looking at internships, man, trying to see where my head's at, you know. You know, so I don't know. We'll see where everything goes for real.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot to think about.
Facts.
You also have time to think about it.
Word.
Like you said, just be patient. Don't rush it.
Facts, for real. Yeah. Let me see. We have some slight questions for me.
Yeah, I'm doing the interviewing today, so bear with us because
we don't have a guest, so this is kind of new to us for real. So I'm kind of
that's about a part of the process.
Facts.
We just trying new stuff
for real. What has been a setback? What has been a major setback? Let's say within this podcast, you think?
The scheduling.
Yeah, scheduling for sure.
Yeah,
and also I feel like student athletes too. That was a big.
Both of those were.
That was kind of bigger
cool
than
to deal with.
Yeah. Just I'm gonna say one story. There was a day. It was Courtney's episode. I'm gonna just say that. We was trying to do Courtney episode for like the longest, and doing an episode you always have to have a spokesperson and comment or whatever, have like spokesperson just to monitor the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was all confirmed or whatever one day, and then we had everything set up. Courtney was ready, whatever. She wasn't here yet, but she was ready. She was on her way. And then I get an email from the spokesperson saying, "Oh man, he can't come. He can't make it."
At the last minute, mind you, I drove all the way up here from Jersey.
He apologized and all that, which I think I'm grateful for, whatever. But I was like, wow, we literally just set everything up. We had everything ready.
Everything was ready.
And then we had to just unpack.
So the Courtney
everything.
episode, we didn't film the Courtney episode that day.
Yeah, we didn't film it that day. We filmed it a different day.
Yeah.
That was kind of the one episode. That one day, I was like, wow, like. Okay, this is kind of what we had to go through, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
but shout out to him. He apologized. He was very sorry for that.
Yeah.
And like I said, dealing with things like that, you have to kind of go with everyone's schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's the hardest part. Setting it up, you can't really control that. Yeah, because everybody got stuff going on in their lives, and
facts.
You can't take it too personal. But it just sucks.
Yeah, but it ended up being a great episode with Courtney. Yeah. I feel like, what do you think? I feel like Courtney's episode was really set the tone for the rest of the episodes.
I agree.
Like,
I definitely
we talked about our favorite episode.
That was episode. Who did we interview before Courtney?
I think it was Jason. My friend Jason.
Okay, so I would say Courtney was the episode where like
just production, the quality was good.
The production, everything improved from that point.
Yeah, I was just new to so many different things. I was trying to like research on how to edit it a certain way. Sometimes my camera messed up. Right. But after Courtney's, that's what really like it took the quality up a notch for some reason. I don't know why. Even the editing, I was good at editing everything. I was comfortable with editing all the videos now. But I don't know. I don't really have a favorite episode. What do you think? Do you have a favorite episode? Be honest. Every single guest we had on the show has been 10 out of 10 in my opinion.
Yeah, I really can't pick one.
Americo's
I really like Hammers.
Hammers was really good.
I really like Hammers.
Hammers was really good. I really liked
Haley. I like Courtney. I like Courtney and Hammers, but if I had to pick one, I'll probably pick Hammers from a production standpoint.
I really liked Haley's
because the production,
too.
The quality, the lighting was on point that
Haley's
day.
episode was a good conversation I had with her. Courtney's episode, I really like Courtney.
I think Josh is my favorite conversation.
Yeah, stay tuned for. It's gonna be out by now. Yeah. But and Ugo's was a good one.
Yeah, Josh and Ugo's. And
don't forget Americo. That was our first student athlete we had on.
Did we interview him? That was a real episode where thing started, because we interviewed Americo before Jason.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was when it really, I would say, our production and just us, we started to get comfortable.
Facts. Like, over time, I started to get comfortable myself. Just I feel like that's the reason why I want to have guests on, because I feel like there's only so much you can do with just two people, me and you. I feel like
I agree, because that wasn't like the original premise of like
I kind of made that up on the fly.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, like I was like, why not bring guests on? Because I feel like everyone has a story to tell. You know what I mean? Everyone that goes to a Salle, everyone that goes to a certain college, they have an underlying story that I feel like can gravitate towards an audience or whatever. Not only do I want to give those people a platform, but I also want to, kind of to benefit me. You know what I mean? Benefit my resume. The fact that I started this on my own. I feel like, a lot of employers are probably going to look at that. I hope. I don't know. Yeah. And to those people, I really just want to thank those people. And they loved every single episode. Every episode, I haven't got any complaints, because what I do is I try, once I edit the episode, once I'm done editing the final cut, I send it over to them. I send it over to them first before I put it out as public, just so if they want anything cut out, if they if they didn't like a certain angle, or anything like that, I would just cut that out or whatever. And I haven't really got anything from nobody saying like, hey, cut this out, I didn't really like that certain, how I said that certain thing or whatever. So that I definitely, I'm glad that never happened or whatever. But I don't know, just I think those people that really came on the show, I just emailed them. It was through email and IG. Some of those people I knew, some people I really don't know. Just connecting with them. Just I like, hey, do you want to stop on a podcast, talk about kind of like your life story, kind of. And I want to kind of go to the production wise of how I do this podcast. I feel like it's very important. I tell him all the time, like small talk before we film is very important to me. Just to get the guests comfortable, and just to get us comfortable, mainly getting to know them. If there's anything they want to like mention, I always get that from them. Just small talk is very important. Every episode we have to do that when it comes to the guests. So just because I don't want them to be uncomfortable in front of the camera. You know what I mean? I feel like that's very important, because everyone's not comfortable in front of a camera. Let's be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something you gotta really get used to.
For sure, definitely. What else was very important? Editing, getting the edit to them first. And editing it on a timely manner. I kind of struggled with that. I'm not gonna lie, trying to get everything out during the week I say it's gonna be out, and
it's not like
I kind of had some messed ups on that, for sure, definitely. What else was very important? Editing, and getting the feedback from people. I mean, I didn't really like some of these videos. It didn't really get a lot of views, which I don't really care about that.
I don't feel like
what.
I don't feel like we didn't get like not a lot of views. I feel like we got a decent amount of views.
We got a good amount, but that wasn't.
Mind you, me and you, we just some regular dudes. Like we don't got like followings like that. So Facts. Like, I was just happy to see anybody viewing. Like, cause ever since we started it, like I've been seeing, I've been getting like underground podcasts recommended.
No, same.
Like little underground podcasts.
Yeah.
And, like they be having like 10, 15, 20 views on their stuff.
Really?
All their stuff. Like they've been podcasting for I don't know how long, like months, years.
What, do I have that big of a... I don't think I have a big following, but... Because every video hit at least 100 views.
Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm actually proud of that.
That's kind of cool. Like,
because the main point is just to develop an audience.
Yeah, facts. And like I said, I don't really care about views or anything like that. The fact that I was doing this, in general, was the only thing I really cared about. The fact that I was giving them a platform to talk, and share it out to the world. You know what I mean? Like not just people from LaSalle is gonna watch an episode. Right. People from let's say Temple might watch one. Meet people from Penn State, people from across the world or whatever. Like you know, I sometimes go through the analytics. Every episode you put out, you can go through the analytics of where the people have came from, where the people are watching from. And America's podcast was one that really interested me. Like, a lot of people came from Hungary, which is where he's from. And I was like, wow.
No,
like,
his people showed out for that
that's
episode.
Crazy. Like, and that was,
I think we got the most views on that one.
No, Courtney's surpassed that one.
Really?
Courtney just surpassed that one. I just watched it. I just saw
recently,
it.
right?
Yeah, recently.
Dang. She got her peoples back in Australia.
I saw. I went on her analytics, and I saw Australia and South Africa on those ones.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With the analytics thing, it doesn't tell you who's viewed it. It doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
It just tells you
where they're viewing it from,
and like the different outlets they've kind of came from, like Instagram. Like I mainly promote it on my Instagram and Snapchat. And I need to do better at that. I'm gonna try to like start doing it on a TikTok page. Maybe
we're gonna up our social media.
Yeah, over the course of this small,
like a separate page for our podcast is coming, and we're gonna obviously start uploading on TikTok. We're obviously gonna start clipping from each of the episodes that we filmed so far, and we're gonna try and promote it that way. And you know, we'll upload it on like the given pages and everything. But
like we're gonna take a small little hiatus real quick.
Yeah,
you know,
but we're gonna do that during the hiatus.
Yeah,
we're gonna use
facts.
this hiatus.
Hiatus is like we're gonna be working during the hiatus.
Yeah,
we're not just gonna be like chilling, just not doing podcasts.
We're just not
gonna be filming episodes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a short period of time. Like it's not gonna be a long time, because I don't know. I'm getting talks from different Professor Adams saying like he wants me to continue again next semester. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I'm also getting different options from other people telling me to continue it here at Salle, as far as in regards to student athletes and all that, giving them a platform. So we'll see what happens, man. I feel like we have something good going for us.
Yeah.
Something that's very promising.
It's also we're trying not to make it the same format every time. Like,
it's
just two dudes and we interview like one or two people. Like
I want to make it fun. I want to make it
we also
kind of like a talk show, like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, we definitely want to add topics.
I feel like I want to make it like a talk show, kind of like what Jimmy Fallon does. Jimmy Kimmel.
Because you want to hear people's opinion.
You know
about
what I mean?
stuff.
Like I feel like that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it not so interviewy. You know what I mean? Even though we're interviewing these students and all that, I kind of just want to have a conversation. So I want to like relate to their stories, That was something that was very important for me too. Just to not try to just mainly interview these people. Just try to make it as conversational as possible. Sometimes I had struggle with doing that. Sometimes, I was good at doing that. But every interview, I feel like it was just a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I don't know, like I have no complaints at all when it comes to these. They were all nice, they were all cool.
Oh, excellent conversation from everybody.
For real. I don't know. I want to talk about a guest that I really wanted to have on. I told you this. I think my junior year, Adam Sandler, he filmed his movie called The Hustle. What is it called? Filmed a movie called Hustle here at LaSalle University.
You said, he did.
Yeah,
Hustle, yeah, Hustle.
It's on Netflix. He filmed it here at LaSalle.
Did he film Uncut Gems in Philly too?
No. Oh, I think it was in Philly.
I know it was in Philly he filmed Uncut
Hustle
Gems.
was at LaSalle, like on campus. I remember that. I think it was like over two or 3 weeks he was here filming. And I remember those weeks vividly, like, because that's something I want to get into. Entertainment, maybe acting, TV, television, all that, movies. That's something I want to get into maybe at the end of all of this. So I was like, wow, like, I can't believe I'm looking at a set right now, looking at a movie set when that's what I really want to do. So, doing this podcast, I was like, wait, I want to see if I can get Adam Sandler on. Like, let's see, like, he filmed a movie here on campus. Let's see if I can get him on. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I tried. For real. I tried to get him on. You
actually tried? Did you DM him?
Yeah, I tried to look for people, not just DM him directly.
Adam Sandler.
I know he's not gonna answer. I know
you found his peoples?
I tried to. I tried to find like his manager.
Yeah.
Try to find like maybe like a friend of a manager, maybe like, and I didn't really like reach out to anyone, not really, but I tried to like kind of like do some digging into who can I really like reach out to get him on the podcast. Whatever.
You were serious?
Yes, I was. It took me like maybe like 2 days to try to, but I ended up quitting after that, like for real. But that was someone I really wanted to have on a podcast for real. And I feel like I could have did it if I was like really determined and like started like talking to some people or whatever. I feel like I could have did it for some reason. I don't know.
Adam Sandler's Adam Sandler.
But I feel like, bro, when it comes to me, nothing's impossible. For real.
I'm not gonna say it's impossible because he was here. You know,
nothing's impossible for me. Like
the Adam Sandler is a guy. You got to go through his people.
No, for sure. I wasn't trying to go through him directly. No, just when it comes to like dealing with what I want to do. Like I'm more of I have a delusional mindset, and he kind of gets me off of that. Like I don't know, I'm more delusional. I manifest things. Listen, I manifested this podcast. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I did the work. I was working 2 jobs at summertime to get all this equipment. Luckily, it was in my budget and all that. And I was just determined. Whatever I put my mind to, I'm gonna go after it. Like for like that's just me. And I feel like I really could have had Adam Sandler. I don't know why, but whatever. Maybe I can have him on in the future, whatever. But another one was Tyler Garland, the Southwest Philly floater. Yeah, that was I could have. I for sure could have had him on. Just because I know people that know him directly. When it comes to athletics and all that. He was what did he do? He was the 2013. They were in the tournament of Salle University, and he did the Philly floater, I guess, to like the game winner, I guess. You know what I mean? To end the game, and they went on to, I don't know, how far did they get during that tournament? Do you know?
Well, how far did Salle get? I don't remember. It was 2013.
Dang. But they ended up getting far, or whatever. They didn't win a national championship, obviously, but
who won? I remember Louisville won that year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Louisville won. That's all I remember from that year.
During that year, it was
that was a Kevin Ware injury. You remember Kevin Ware?
Yeah.
And he had that gnarly when the bone was sticking out.
During that year, I think LaSalle and St. Joe's was in the tournament.
They were.
I think they both were in the tournament. And there was like all this talk about them. But nah, I feel like I could have had him on, but I just wasn't really. Like I said, I was just doing a lot. Like I was trying to manage school, trying to do finals and all that.
Right.
But doing this podcast, it was just kind of like my main focus. It kind of took a toll on schoolwork and all that, which luckily I, grinded all that out. But just doing this podcast, it was just very like my one most important thing to kind of pursue, for sure. And right now, like I said, I don't know what's ahead of us. My aspirations, my dreams for what I really want to do in life, what I really want to pursue. For me personally, there's a deeper, how do I say it? There's a deeper, like my why is deeper than what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Like
explain that.
Like why I'm doing all this is deeper than why I'm passionate about it. That doesn't make any sense at all.
So what is your why then?
Because there's not a lot of people like me that's doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna be honest. Not a lot during down the line, I'm gonna get a little personal into my story and all that. I'm a little person, whatever. I'm 4'5", and there's a peak to our height, whatever. But a lot of people out there are in the same, condition as me, or whatever. And very often, I often see different. We're like off. A lot of the times we're very much the laughing stock to the world. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You see an elf, you think whatever. I don't like the term midget. If you see me, don't say that to me. Like I'm gonna correct you. Yeah. The correct term is little person or whatever. But nah, we've been the laughing stock to the world for like a long time now, and I want to change that. There's not many people like me doing what I'm doing. There's mainly any people like in the industry doing like prominent, like let's say normal roles. You know what I mean? Instead of like being like the elf or being like the Oompa Loompa, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do something that's kind of like not like normal, you know what I mean? Kind of like what everyday Americans do, everyday people do.
I get it.
So this is why I'm doing that. I want to, make people like, if a person like me is watching, I want them to be like, hey, like, wow, I can do that too. You know what I mean? I don't just have to be an elf. Don't just have to be a Oompa Loompa. That's the reason why I'm so passionate about it. Also, I love doing what I'm doing. Like that's also a reason why.
But you said your why is what you said. So what's more important to you, your why or just the doing it part?
I think the why, because I want to set a standard.
All right, no, I get it.
I want to change the narrative on my people, on the people that look like me, for real.
I get it.
So I feel like like you said, like that's more important to me, in my opinion. But it's not the only thing I'm really like doing. Like not the only thing I don't want to make it a focus. You know what I mean? Because I want people to think of me as like Tory Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're more than that.
Exactly. Not just me. That's I have a condition or whatever. But yeah, man, that's in the coming future. I plan on being in the entertainment industry. So stay tuned for me, man. Because this is not the last you're gonna hear from me. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm determined. Like I know I'm gonna do something great. I know I know that I could be somebody in this world for real. Like that's just my mentality. I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I feel like God made me this way for a reason. That's just the main thing for real. Like so that's the reason why I have that mentality.
Word.
So I don't know. I see on here where do I see myself in 5 years? So 5 years. How old would I be, bro? I'm 22 now.
You'd be 27. Excuse me.
27.
I don't feel like it's an easy question for anybody.
At 25, I kind of want to have a set. You know what I mean? A set like.
Where do you see the podcast in 5 years?
I feel like we can still do it. I mean,
I feel like we're gonna be signed by. I feel like we could be signed. But
that's low key. That's like low key the goal to be signed by somebody. I don't know.
That's what I want to do.
Word, and just to make it our own. No. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to be.
I feel like the only way I don't want to sign. I wouldn't want to sign no big corporation.
But I don't know. Let's be honest, Haj. Do you really want to do this, bro? Do you really want to? Because like we've been having some problems.
No, yeah, of course. But like we're brothers.
And sometimes he just doesn't feel like being here. Or whatever.
Well, I'm me, so like I don't like my thing. Okay, so
there's gonna be days. There's gonna be days where we don't feel like filming, and we just have to film.
You just gotta find the motivation.
Like I could film. I could do this every day. Like during the week. After graduation, I was like, dang, I want to do another podcast. Oh man, I was like itching. I was like, damn, I'm addicted to this. Yeah. So
the thing with me is I don't feel like I'm good at it because I'm me. So
you can be good at it. Like with Ugo's podcast, he was talking a lot about sports. So let's have student athletes on. Let's have basketball players on to talk to them about basketball and all that because that's what he likes, basketball and all that. Yeah. He was just going on a whirlwind with basketball. So that's what he's passionate about. And when it comes to regular conversation, I'm more good at that. When it comes to like navigating the conversation,
Yeah, I'm just bad at conversation. That's why I'm like.
You can be good at it though.
But I like doing this. I really do like doing this. Don't get it twisted. Like
I'm a communication.
Just because of my demeanor, like I really do like doing this.
Plus, like I'm a communication major, so we kind of have to talk a lot. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I was never like this. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I was never this. How you say it? Outspoken.
Well, outspoken,
extroverted. Like I used to be very quiet to myself. But it really changed. What really changed was high school. That really changed. Just me being on my own. Just me doing me. Just having good friends around me. Just having fun. That's kind of what really. And then college came. That's what really kind of blew up my potential with what I want to do. But yeah. Mainly, I after this, I really wanted to start doing filmmaking.
Oh yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
That's something I'm very passionate about too. Storytelling, videography, and all that. I was supposed to do a short film this past semester, my spring semester, but obviously doing this podcast, I kind of took a toll on things. But I love filmmaking. I took a lot of classes on videography over my junior year. And that's what really made me fall in love with the process of videography and editing and all that. So I want to get into filmmaking, making little short films maybe. And I low-key want to be a director. Like I would love to direct a whole movie.
Tory Tarantino.
Where? Yeah, you call him Tory Tarantino or whatever. I just love, I love being behind the camera and I love being in front of the camera. You know what I mean? That's something that I really love to do. Right. But yeah, filmmaking is probably like my next space into what I want to delve into, because at the end of this, I want to get an Emmy and an Oscar. You feel me? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I want an Emmy award and an Oscar. I feel like I can make that happen for real.
How many people got both?
A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of
Well, yeah, I guess a lot.
Directors, like actors and all that.
Yeah, because everybody don't just do movies and TV shows.
Facts. So. Someone I really look up to in the little film spaces, Issa Rae. She did Insecure. She's like the director for that, and she's like she acts in that. And that's something kind of I want to do potentially. Maybe direct and act my own short film, my own TV show, whatever. Just something I very much admired her what she did, and she was on YouTube first, which is what I'm doing. She was on YouTube making her own short films and all that. And then she transitioned. Somebody saw her potential, and she ended up making her short films into what is called now Insecure on HBO. You know what I mean? So somebody saw potential in her in order for that to be bigger. So I feel like I can make that happen myself, with what I'm doing now, man. But yeah, man, I just got big aspirations, man, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen for real. Can't wait to see what the future holds for me. Like I said, I'm very much, passionate with what I'm doing right now. For real, I'm happy for real. So I want to see where this goes for real. And I want to kind of end this. We're kind of going on a little brief little sidetrack a little bit. Just because it's just a 30-minute podcast.
You've been sidetracking this whole podcast. We didn't even talk about college for real. Like
what's there to talk about college? Like, I
mean, you don't have any favorite memories, any favorite highlights,
this podcast? To be honest with you,
besides the podcast,
for real,
what was?
It was just.
Did you have fun in college?
I was just very stressful with this podcast. Like, I rarely went to any parties. Like, I used to go to a lot of parties my freshman year. I didn't do that this semester.
You ain't had no type of fun in college.
I had fun, of course, but
any type of memories.
I wasn't. My only memory was the last day of our capstone class. That was my favorite memory for my senior year. For real. It was we talked about it on Aaron Holly's and Aiden's podcast, and that night we all had drinks. We all went to Deke's barbecue. Shout out to Deke's if y'all watching. Yeah, for real. We all went to Deke's. And we got drinks with our professor. Oh, shoot, should I say that? Our professor came. Whatever. Oh, shoot. Okay. Shout out to him, man. It was just a fun night. We all, ate and just started talking about life, man. What the future holds. And we was all emotional that day, too. Like, we was all like, wow, we're not going to see each other again. Probably. So we was just that was just a very fun night that night. And shout out to those people that was all there. All great people, man, for real. But that was the highlight of my senior year, highlight of maybe my overall college career, to be honest. That was a very cool night that night. But nah, man, like I said, I wasn't really going to a lot of parties. Sometimes my friends asked me like, "Yo, come on, let's go out tonight." I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm not really in the mood." Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was just too busy, focused on doing what I was doing with podcasting, trying to schedule different guests, whatever.
Everybody says that, like if you ain't like have fun like that in college, you're gonna regret it.
Oh no, I definitely had fun. Like my junior year.
I'm saying like if you pass up like opportunities, they say you're gonna regret it. I don't know, cause I pass up a lot. Like if you was my homie in college, like I used to flick on y'all. I'm sorry. But like I used to flick on y'all a lot. I didn't want to. It's just like me. Like I'm me. So,
word.
But like I don't really regret it because like I always say like whatever you were going through at the time, like that's what you had to go through at that time.
Facts.
So it was what you was going through in your college days, what I was going through in my college days. I don't have any regrets because that was how I was feeling and that was how I wanted to move in the moment.
Facts.
So I don't have any regrets, and I don't.
For sure, me either.
You should regret that either.
Maybe my only was not really getting involved earlier. I only I'm an ambassador here. I was an ambassador here on campus, and I only did just for this 1 year. I applied for it my junior year, and then it's a long application process, and then it goes into the next year. So I should have did that way earlier. I feel like doing ambassadors and just doing other clubs too, like LaSalle TV maybe, and then like there was other clubs I want to be a part of, kind of. Just trying to branch out earlier, and I feel like that's something I really should have did earlier, and something that you should do if you're watching. If you're a freshman, try to branch out a little more, because that's something I really wish I did, and network with different people and all that. And I don't know, that's kind of the last of it, man.
I feel like that's everything.
Yeah, for real. I feel like that's everything. I feel like, I just want to say this again. I want to, special shout out to Dean Mole, Professor Adams, all at the business school. Dean Mole and Professor Adams, they both at the business school. They just really, they was just all for it for me, just trying to, pursue this podcast and all that. And I really appreciate them for real. I feel like I owe them something for real, and I'm gonna do something special when I make it big. I'm gonna make it big though, for real.
Yeah.
Best believe that. We pay the favor that they did for me, for real. And who else? Dr. Gabby too. If you know her, she's very much, I love her, man. She was very much supportive over me doing this podcast and all that. Oh my gosh! In the communication center, man, Tanya Ellis.
No, shout out to them.
What? Are you kidding me? She's the one that really
They gave us the extra camera.
Yeah, because I have my own camera.
Yeah.
And I just need another camera just to film the second guest or whatever, the other guest. And they gave me my own a camera and then 2 extra tripods to have these cameras on. So shout out to them. Shout out to Tanya Ellis.
Yeah, they was cool for that.
The communication department. Well, Salle University in general, you know what I mean? Because, like, let's be honest, like, I didn't think, when I talked about a podcast, I didn't think they were going to be all for it, you know what I mean? So, shout out to everyone that's been involved. Shout out to people that have been supportive over me. The guests, shout out to y'all. Yeah. Shout out to, people that, came up to me, during class, whatever, when I was walking to class, like, hey, I love the podcast, whatever. And I was like, wow, like, dang, like, appreciate it. Like, what the heck? So, shout out to all of them, man. I'm very much grateful for all y'all, man. And we'll see what happens, man. We're gonna take a brief hiatus for real. And,
it will be brief.
We're just gonna try to promote this podcast as best as we can.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be working on.
And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna try to find a studio, maybe, or maybe I don't know. Maybe we can come back here. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. Because I feel like we got something going.
Yeah. I actually had like a couple people hit me up about.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Don't tell me. Like,
okay. Well, you had your lineup of people that you wanted to interview, and we wanted.
That want to be on the podcast.
I want to be on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant a studio.
Oh no! I wish.
Because studios cost money. Like studios, I remember I saw one studio in Philly. It's like $500. I'm like, what? Like, you're kidding me? I'm doing this for free. Like, I'm hearing this. That's what I'm saying. Like, appreciate them for like letting me, do this, because some people you got to pay to be in a studio like this, and like this is a very much, I feel like this is a studio. So if somebody comes in here, like, hopefully somebody comes in here and takes my position, maybe, like I don't, I would love for that to happen. Somebody, fulfill my shoes, because I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about within college students, college in general, because I feel like everyone has a story. So,
and like I said, I had a couple people hit me about being on the podcast. So
my bad to cut you off.
I had a couple people hit me to be on the podcast, and I'm not like ignoring it. Just he had his lineup of people, and we wanted to get that out the way. But once we start back up again, like, I'm gonna definitely hit y'all back up.
Where and shout out to because there was multiple people that wanted to be on the podcast. I just couldn't have on because I was so busy, and it was like coming up the last week of school that they hit me up. But I had a lot of people trying to hit me up, wanting to be on a podcast, and I was like, dang, like, I'm sorry, like. So I apologize to those people. Maybe I could do something in the future with you guys, trying to have y'all on. But I apologize to those people that really want to be on a podcast, and I just couldn't make it happen. That's my fault, for real. Because they had some interesting conversations to them. So shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, man. Anything else? What do you think we should talk about, man? I feel like we had a good ending to this podcast. Good, farewell episode for Salle University.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned for where we go next, man. I feel like, we're not done with this. This is something I want to pursue further. So we'll see what happens, man. So like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for being supportive over this podcast, man. I know I'm being a little repetitive. My bad. I don't know. I'm just so grateful for just doing this and just making it happen. Because that's something I wanted. That's something I was that was a goal of mine, just to make it happen for real. So appreciate you for watching. Stay tuned for where we go next. We don't know. We might be here. We might go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, stay tuned, man, because we're not done. We're continuing.
We're just getting started.
For sure. We're just getting started. And stay tuned for me, because I definitely have hopes and dreams in the long run too. So stay tuned. So appreciate you guys watching.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Sure. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Peace.